Alright guys, welcome back to another day in the shop. Last video you saw us take delivery of this after majority of the cabin issue is complete. This is the 148 Extended Transit. I'm not going to do a whole walkthrough, I don't want to spoil much. But I can tell you what we're doing and what we have left in this van. Just quickly list off the things. We have to finish up all the plumbing, finish all the shower plumbing, walls, paneling in the shower, hook up and finish all the electrical, all the switches and whatnot. And just a lot of miscellaneous things. Hook up the fridge, get the propane working, the gray water tank, the undermounted gray water tank, Nerf bars, a couple lights here and there. Still got quite a lot of work to do. Alright, currently in the van. Yesterday I kind of just went to town and did up this whole electrical panel. It's a lengthy process. You want everything to be super aligned because it's something you look at and it just, my OCD will go crazy if it's not perfect. But I gotta hook up all the switches. It took quite a lot of time. I was just kind of in the zone yesterday, wanting to get it done. We're almost done here, and then once we have a light, I'll have lights working for the rest of the video. We'll have good lighting quality. I'll show you what we got done right here. So this is the panel. It's gonna be inside one of these cabinets. You're gonna have the multi-plus. You're gonna have a hot water timer switch here. You got your diesel heater monitor. You have your Victron charge controller. You have your water gauge. Then you have all your switches. They're gonna have shower light, pot lights, under cabinet lighting, electronic ball valve, heated floors, and water pump. So we're gonna hook all those up right now. We got light. Alright, we got the panel working. These are all the switches. I will label them. Right now I have the under cabinet lights on and the actual pot lights. And I just finished hooking up the timer for the hot water heater. So the reason we do this is you really only need hot water when you're showering, and a hot water heater can take quite a lot of power. So with this timer, turn on the inverter here. It'll only let you turn it on for 5, 10, 15, 30, or an hour. So you can't accidentally leave it on. So it's nice. So you want to have a shower, put it on for 10 minutes and it'll shut itself off after 10 minutes, or you can manually shut it off. So it is never live. I gotta clean up. It's getting a bit too messy. This is the absolute worst thing on planet Earth, if you know what this is. I mean, you just saw me do it, but comment down below. Amazing. If you ever have to reverse something, this tool is, it's just my worst enemy. Alright, we're doing my least favorite part of builds, plumbing. Has to get done. There's quite a lot in this van, so we're going to start now. I'm having Maddie help me because I'm kind of trapped in the bed frame, working on the plumbing down here. Some has to go to the sink, some has to go to the shower. So she's going to be running and getting kind of the cuts of pecs and everything I need. Yeah, we'll be plumbing for the next few hours. While Maddie's cutting some pecs, I can show you the electrical system in this build. It is pretty hefty. 400 amp hours of lithium. Everything else is Victron. I got the 3000 watt charge controller. The inverter charger. You have the 100/30 smart solar. The Orion DC to DC. And then they have the Lynx The links power in down there, everything fused appropriately, and 400 amp hours of lithium. What's pretty cool about this setup is they can access it obviously here to easily work on. But you also have a come-through door. There's just some protecting on the ground, but this opens up. So you can troubleshoot this from inside your van, opening this and then getting to here. Or this part of the bed actually lifts up and then you can access all that if you ever need to quickly change your fuse. Have to go down under the spare space along with the diesel heater to the sink. Those two have to go behind this cabinetry to the shop. Sorry, we've done quite a lot. I've just been kind of really in the mood going at it. Alright, it's a new day. We got quite a lot of plumbing done. I'll show you it after. We ran some of it under the cavity we left for the heater. We got the sink hooked up. Now we're doing my all-time favorite part, that is sarcasm. Hooking up the shower. So I got the MPT shark bite fittings on this. This is the valve we're using, the mixing valve. It's a Delta fixture. That's gonna go there, and there's the escutcheon plate, the face plate, and all that fun stuff. We gotta mount that. Inside their closet, they have a little access panel here, so you can always maintenance this. If there is any leaks, obviously this whole wall gets covered. You don't want that totally sealed up. You want to be able to access it. So we decided to add this type of cover. Just pops on there. Got the plumbing hooked up. We're just waiting for the new. We got a different fixture up here. Long story short, there's one more line we have to run, and then we can finish off the shower wall, and then we can finish off the whole shower. We just set the pan down with some spray foam to set that in there. I'm gonna let that sit overnight. Then we're gonna move on to, I think, finishing up this diesel heater. Literally just putting the face cabinet on and putting on the cap for the airflow. And then I think we're gonna work on getting this propane hooked up to this, and there is some electrical that we were unaware of. There is a wire just for the lights in here that need to be hooked up. Alright, we got the stove. It was already in, obviously not screwed and fitted. I got the top off. The only connection you have to do is it's a 3/8 flared female fitting. Obviously the gas line that goes on this male fitting. And then we just got a little 5-pounder because the room under here isn't substantial. I think you could fit a 20-pound. You'd be cutting it close though. We're just gonna put the small one. These are pretty efficient, and then that way you can get it filled anywhere. This isn't gonna be one they replace out. You just take it off and get it filled. Yeah, so this is the Furion oven. There's a rack in there that's adjustable. You can remove that. It's obviously not super deep, but clearly you have a propane oven in your van with a 3-burner cooktop, which is pretty cool in my opinion. First time using one of these. Some of our friends have these in their builds, and they have nothing but nice things to say about it. So I'm excited to test it out. Okay, Maddie is currently hooking up the diesel heater, just the venting for it. We're gonna have some venting just kind of trickle out into the garage, even though there's a significant amount of ventilation that the air is gonna get back here. You don't want to neglect, the water tank and the electrical. And then I'm working on the flip-up bed platform. We're just drilling some holes for ventilation. So we have it all. Maddie laid it all out while I ran to get some parts. I'm going to drill it out, and I'll show you when it's done. I don't know if you could tell from that time lapse, but stuff is not easy to drill. Oops. I have the 40-volt line of the Makita system with the hole saw. It shouldn't be too dull. We've used it a couple times to cut holes in a bed. It's hard work. It's a lot cheaper than a $20,000 CNC. That is on my list for little things like this, so it'd come in handy. But I don't know if you can see, it starts to smoke because this isn't This is a pre-finished, I believe it's a 5/8, yeah, pre-finished both side UV maple. So it's layered. It's a lot higher quality than just buying a subflooring plywood. So it's a lot harder to drill through, if that makes sense, especially when you're doing a 3-4 inch hole, and it tends to want to smoke. So the backside, you're not necessarily going to see, but I'm not pushing too hard. You kind of have to let the drill do the work, so there's no blowout in the back. I mean, it still is going to be visible, so you want it to look nice. But yeah, I give up. I give up in the sense, this is one of the few times, if I can figure this out. Come on.
Many hours later. The next day.
Couldn't even figure out how to work it because I never use it. This is going to come in handy because this drill itself probably weighs close to 10 pounds. It's a heavy drill. I mean, it's mainly the battery, the 40-volt battery, and when you have it on drilling mode and this thing grabs, it'll literally, like, I'm sure people have broken their wrists. It's not fun. I mean, we've drilled out speakers in vans, and it's like a 7-inch hole saw in the ceiling, and it's probably one of the scariest things. If you guys know what I'm talking about, comment down below. But anyways, I'll see you in another hour. I have 8 holes down, about 30 more to go. We are almost done. We're leaving quite a lot of space because we still want structural support, and there's still these ratcheting hinges. We got to mount. We got to leave space to mount because this is going to be a two-way bed, so you can sit up on the inside, or you can sit up and look at the back of your van. Okay, I don't even know the time. I think it's like 8:30. We got the van tidied up. The clients are actually coming in just to see progress. Let them know it'll probably be another pretty solid week and a half, 2 weeks. I'd say 2 weeks of work left to get this finished up. The shower's the biggest part, but honestly, it's not that bad. We have the bed platform in. I just put it in now for them to see the idea. We still got a router, the circles. I think it looks just a bit nicer. Hinges will be in tomorrow, so this is going to be a ratcheting bed system. It'll go up this way. Obviously, they'll have a hinged mattress, and then they'll have to have custom upholstered cushions for the sides inside the window. Because clearly, this won't hinge, if you know what I mean. If say you have a mattress, your mattress will now, it'll be touching and overhanging. We'll have to, gotta figure out the mattress situation. Not sure how much footage we're at the moment. But we're gonna end it here. Like I said, it's like 8:30 at night. We gotta get home. It's Christmas breaks coming up. Christmas Eve's in 3 days, so I'd like to get another solid day or two working on this. Then we'll take a few days off for Christmas because we really don't have vacation. That's the only time. Yeah, not sure if there's enough footage for the end of the video, or I'll see you tomorrow. Either or. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a few seconds or next video. Bye-bye. Good morning, Fiddler. Hi guys, good morning. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. The last video you saw, I'm not gonna lie, there's been a lot of work done on this van. We're guilty for leaving the camera at home for like the past 3 days of work we have left, and then we're off for a week. There's been a lot done, so I'm not sure when to end this video. I just kind of scrolled through the footage on this camera. I think we have more to put in here. I'm just gonna go through and show you some of the stuff we've done, and enjoy the rest of the video. Don't know how much longer there is left. It might be over by now, but it's another day finishing off this transit. There's literally a few days left. I spent yesterday testing all the plumbing. I'll shut up and show you. All right, so we go to walk in here. We got the flip up table. It's actually an adjustable table, so you can adjust this up and down. We have the propane oven and stove top combo installed. We just finished caulking along all the sink. That's all exposed. Not sure if you've seen any of that. The bed we were working on, I believe, a few clips ago is installed. And Maddie is currently working on the Nautilus shower door. As you can see, the shower's done. That was That was some work. All the plumbing's done, tested. It's starting to look like a van. So we decided to go, the clients wanted to go with a black Nautilus shower door. We're just gonna put the bottom track on, top track is on. Looks good with all the black fixtures. I'll show you the plumbing we finished off in here. We ended up running it, and then you have the nice access panel in there to just check all these fittings if they ever leak. We've never had a problem with them, but it's good to be able to access them back here. Alright, shower has been caulked, and I think one of the last things I have to do on this van is install these Nerf bars, side steps, whatever you want to call them. They're made by Stoked Adventure Outfitters in British Columbia. I've been holding them off. They're probably my least favorite things to install. There's a bag of hardware about the size of my head. There's Riv Nuts involved. It's just not fun. It really is not fun. Let's get it done. Alright, we got them on. They're not really on right now. They're super loose. You just got the hangers set up, and then we have to put all these brackets on. So these are going to bracket to the actual bar itself. Excuse me, this side. They will go on like that. 2 nuts. You gotta attach those to the Nerf bars, and then in the sidewall of the vehicle you gotta install Riv Nuts, and then some more stainless hardware holds. I mean, these things pretty much become part of the van. Pretty cool design. And I like them. Some people don't. Some of our clients don't want to go with these, which is fine, because of this opening here, and they're like a little bit freaked out about just this thin bar here. I like this because of the grip, and then I like come winter time, you're not getting all slush and ice and snow built up in this whole step, and it just becomes really slippery. What are you working on? Round it out both sides. I mean, this is stuff you don't have to do, but obviously we do it. It's just nice. You have the holes, and then either side is nice, smooth finished, routed out. All thanks to Maddie. Alright, little unpleasant view, but we're under the van, and we're going to put these brackets temporarily on, and then you're going to mark out these 2 top holes for where the Riv Nuts will go, and you actually have to remove them, drill them out, because it's a 1/2 inch, and these openings are only an 11/32. So it's kind of annoying. I have to put them on and take them off. And the one thing I have ran into problems with, and it's just due to our air and installation, is when you use lock nuts. When you go to put them on, if you strip one of these type of nuts, they're impossible to get off. You need them because they're once they're on, they're never gonna kind of thread themselves loose. You don't need Loctite. Just make sure you don't thread them, because getting them off is not fun. Taking a grinder into here to stainless hardware is not fun either. I've done it. It just makes the installation process a whole lot longer. And oh my god, this is an unflattering angle. I'm gonna get to work. Alright, there's always going to be a bit of adjustment, so obviously we have to mark this out, this section out, Riv Nut, 1/2 inch hole in each of these. And then if you look, I mean, every van's slightly different depending on the model, the kind of the modifications they have on them. They'll have some bolts sticking out you might have to remove. This one specifically, as you can see, it doesn't line up perfectly for where I wanted the Nerf bars to go, for this to be flush and flat. So I'm just going to have to drill this out a bit. But my hair's a mess. I just finished drilling all the holes. The last thing I have to do is put all the Riv Nuts. This right here is, if you guys are ever going to invest in a tool, and it's not even investment, I mean, we're a professional company, and this is an Amazon tool. It is a Riv Nut gun. I believe the only other type you can buy is a pneumatic Riv Nut gun, which the only benefit to that is it's a lot easier. Obviously, there's no force involved. And then get into smaller spaces, because it would probably be half the size. So if, for example, when you're under a van, if it has low clearance, you don't have the clearance to put in a Riv Nut. But anyways, it comes with everything, I believe, from M3 to M12, and 5/16, 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch. Obviously you need the corresponding Riv Nuts. Majority of the ones we use are 3/8 thread. So these will be the Riv Nuts. We have the 3/8 on there. So what you would do is, for example, you drill out the size hole. This works for metal. You can even do it in wood, there's no point, but mainly metal. You would drill a 1/2-inch hole. You would open it up. This is 3/8 thread, so you'd put the 3/8 bit on it. You'd screw it in like so. And once you have your hole, you push that up and you squeeze, and I can show you an example. As you squeeze, sometimes they like to pop, close my eyes. As you squeeze, you can see it expands, and that is not coming out from the metal. So now you have a nice spot to actually bolt into the metal for spots when you can't put a nut on the back. Anyways, you guys are probably like, Jared, shut up. I know what a Riv Nut gun is. There's rivets, but this is a Riv Nut gun. They come in handy in a lot of van life builds, van conversions. You actually do use this tool quite a bit, especially for exterior accessories, water tanks, mounting water tanks. We use this. I actually have 2 of them. They're fairly cheap, I think like 80 bucks off Amazon. Don't get it confused for a rivet gun. Rivets are different when you're trying to it's like the cheap way of welding. We're trying to bond 2 pieces together and snaps. And then the excess of the rivet will pop off into here. Okay, we're pretty much about done here. Well, we are done for the day, and we're almost done this van. The last thing we're gonna work on tomorrow is installing all of the Rocky Mountain bike mounts. Because believe it or not, the back of this van is actually gonna hold, we hope, 3 for sure. We're gonna try to fit 4 bikes back here. And those bikes are over here. We had the client drop them off. They're avid bikers. So there's 3, I think 2 gravel bikes, 1 enduro and 1 fat tire bike. The fat tire one might screw us, but we're gonna try our best. And then this has to get penny floored. That stuff's arriving Friday because we thought we had enough, but we ran out. Inventory is a huge thing in van conversion business. It's hard to keep on top of. Alright guys, we're signing off. See you next video. If you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Any questions, drop them down below. We'll see you next time. Peace out.